What would you say how you were led by the bosses you have experienced so far? And what would you say how you will lead your team today? There is a lot in literature how to lead or to manage a team. And I really like the distinction in English between to manage and to lead. To manage for me is more about tasks, and to lead for me is more about people. And at the same time, we need both, as we have both. We have team members who have to fulfill tasks in order to reach the goals of the company. So, would you say that you're more a manager or more a leader? I do not want to explain all the leadership styles in detail. What I would like to put the emphasis on today is what is really important to reach the goals in your company, and what can you do for your team members so that they really love to work for you in the company. When I started to work some years ago, it was more that there were goals and tasks that everybody had to fulfill. And then at the end of the year, there was conversation and I was told what was good and what wasn't. And yeah, then I got a bonus or I didn't, according to the goals that I reached. Yes, I agree that reaching goals is important. Is it only about numbers? When I ask the question like this, you can already imagine that it's more than I think. For me, it's really to feel with your heart. And that's what I mean with love and peace in companies. That I really have a feeling for the things that my employees need. Yes, it's important to have a vision. And at the same time, I think we all know leaders that had a vision, and the style how they communicated with their employees that was not as peaceful and as appreciative as I think is good for the company. And that's really what I would like you to encourage to really feel being a leader and to have a feeling what your employees need. It doesn't mean that you have to fulfill all the wishes. No, it means that you really distinguish between each employee, what he or she is good in, and that he or she can really work on those places where they really have their biggest power, where they have the biggest impact. And then to also communicate. For me, communication is a very, very important thing to do as a leader and as a manager as well. And to communicate, what does the employee wish to, in which direction does he or she want to develop? What's good for her? And what's maybe a little bit out of the comfort zone? Yes, I know there are a lot of people who love to do the same work for about 30 years. In my opinion, today that's no longer possible, because even if I think of an accountant, I know how accountants have been working 30 or 40 years ago. That's no longer possible today. So to really have some challenges that go beyond the own comfort zone. I'm convinced that we are in a time of big transformation, of big change. And then it's already good to have some experience how to deal with change, how to deal with new methods, how to deal with new skills. So what can you do for your employees to encourage them to try something new? What would your company benefit from when your employees bring this new skill into the company? And also in this case, it's good to exchange ideas with each other. So that I, as the leader, that I make a proposal. Oh, I think that it might be a good idea for you to book a class or a course in this or that subject. And then that the employee says, oh, yes, I can agree. Or Oh no, I prefer to do something else. I know that there are already a lot of companies who really are very interested in developing their employees further. I'm convinced that this is one skill that we really will need in the future to not only be able, but also be willing to grow and to transform and to make the change that we are in, to make it a good one, especially such a change that our company will thrive in these times of change. I'm really very interested in what your experience is and what is your style of leadership, or are you more a manager? I really would love to hear from you and to get to know more about your experience and what is your experience in your everyday life. You can book your free strategic call. You can also send me a message on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook and leave me a note in the comments. For me, it is very important to communicate and to connect with each other so that we can learn from each other. And I also would love to learn from you. I also would like to know what are topics that you are very much interested in. What are challenges that you are facing at present in your office, in your company? Let's communicate. Let's be in this together. For today, I wish you a great day wherever you are, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a great time.